Today we are going to repurpose these thrifted scarves, make a shrug, a tunic, and a bolero. One is no sew, two are simple sewing, and none of them require cutting the scarves. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't been here before, my name is Tracy, and this is a DIY upcycling channel. And the first thing we're going to make is a shrug. And I have a scarf here that is 64 inches long and 24 inches wide, not including the fringe. And it's kind of a lightweight, sweatery material. I have it all laid out on my table. And the first thing I'm going to do is fold it in half lengthwise with right sides together. Now here is my open side. I am going to take a yardstick, and I'm not including the fringe. I'm going to measure over 14 inches. Now these measurements work for me. I am 5'4", 127 pounds today. I fluctuate. So you can kind of adjust from knowing that measurement. From this end over, also measure 14 inches and stick a pin. From where we marked the 14 inches, I'm pinning along here just to keep that together. And then I'm going to take it to my machine, and from here to here, I'm going to sew a straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then when I'm done sewing, I'll do this on each end. I'll go back over that stitch right over top to make it a little extra durable. Now I have an opening about like that. And I'm going to turn this inside out or right side out and press that seam. Be very careful. A lot of scarves don't tolerate heat, but I tested mine and it's fine. So it'll go on like this. I do have one more step I want to do. How cute is that? Okay, my sleeves are a little long. I'm going to cuff them about 3 inches and stitch them so they fit. I decided to cuff it 2.5 inches. I stuck pins all the way around, and now I'm going to go to my machine, and with a zigzag stitch, just stitch at the top right here before it gets to the fringe, and I'm going to let that fringe fall as it may. Once I'm done sewing that, I'm going to style it and show you what it looks like. So fun and easy, right? Cute. I think black and white is very chic looking. A great way if you're feeling a little more modest and you want to cover up a little bit the scarves. You could use chiffon. You could do anything. All right. Give you a little close up. Now for the next. I want to make a no-sew bolero. I have a chiffon scarf that looks like this, and it is 68 inches long and 28 inches wide. I have my scarf laying out on the table. If you have a right side, you want that down. You want to be looking at the wrong side. And this is the long way. I'm going to fold it in half and line up these corners. And now I'm going to fold it in half this way and line up those corners. So this is the corner where all of our scarf pieces are loose. You don't want to tie a knot there. You want to come to the opposite corner and tie a knot. And I am not typically a fan of knotted scarves, the look of that, but this one, wait till you see it. It's so cool. Then I'm going to come to the opposite side right here and tie a knot as well. Then I'm going to go there's 4 layers here. I'm going in between Opening that up, I'm going to go style this for you and show you what it looks like. How gorgeous is that? 2 knots. And the knots are hidden in between the 2 layers so you can't see it, but it gives this pretty ruching detail. Oh my gosh. One of my favorite upcycles because it's so easy and pretty. A lot of bang for your buck. Now I want to make a boho tunic. I have 2 scarves. The big one is 77 by 42, and the smaller one, I have a little cheat sheet, is 68 by 27. I have my big one laid out, but I only want it to be 28 inches tall. I'm looking at the right side. I am going to fold this down until it's 28 inches from the bottom to the fold. Then this piece will just be an extra tier or layer on the outside and look really cool. I laid my smaller scarf on top just because that's all the space I have. Now I need to fold this one down as well because I want this to be 21 inches tall from the fold to the bottom. I want to flip this over because I want right sides together. And this fold, I'm considering sort of a tier or a ruffle. I want those both on the outside. So I will center this and line it up. This one will be a little bit longer, and that's just fine, but I do want it centered on here. Now I'm going to stick pins all along the top. These 2 edges are folded just to keep everything in place. Chiffon can shift around. Now I found the center, and I'm going to stick a safety pin in there just because I don't want a straight pin. It'll look like all the other straight pins. Now I'm creating my neck hole. So here is the safety pin that marked the center. I want my neck hole to be 11.5 inches wide. So from this pin, half of 11.5 inches is 5.75 inches. So from here to here, I measured 5.75 inches and stuck a safety pin. And now I need to do the same from this safety pin over, 5.75 inches, and stick another safety pin. If you have different colored straight pins, that would work too. I just don't, so I have to use those. Okay, so here's my neck hole. Safety pin to say I can actually remove the center one now. There's my neck hole. I need to sew a little bit on each side of the neck hole so that it will go over my shoulders and stay put. So from this pin and this pin over, I measured 8.5 inches and stuck another pin. Let's see if I'm getting this in the camera. From the edge of the neck hole to this safety pin, 8.5 inches. And now I am going to sew this together. From this pin, this safety pin, I'm going to sew a straight stitch, 1/4 inch seam allowance. And then from this safety pin to this safety pin, same thing. When I sew chiffon, I turn my tension down to a lower number. Now I can remove all those pins and turn it right side out. Okay, I slipped it on. I put my head through the neck hole. Now, you can leave this more capey with an open arm. You would have to wear something underneath of it. I don't want to wear anything underneath of it, so I pinned this side. So I'll show you exactly out on the table. I'm from this stitch down, It's actually 10.5 inches. I'm going to put one little stitch right there so that I can slip my arm through and you wouldn't be able to see what's underneath. So I'm going to do that one extra step. Okay, so on the side, there's where my stitch ended right here. I'm going to line up these two folds, measure down 10.5 inches, and stick a pin. And I'm going to do that on the opposite side. And then right where that pin is, I'm just going to run a couple little small straight stitches right there just to hold it together. Once I'm done with that, I'll style it for you and come back and show you what it looks like. Pretty darn easy and adorable. Remember, this was just a stitch line here and a stitch line here, and then I put a little extra stitch under the arm for a little modesty. And I was just outside and there's a little breeze, and this was just flowing in the breeze and feeling magical. It has gorgeous movement. Okay, so I recently got asked a question, how do I store all my scarves? Somebody said theirs gets shoved in a drawer and messed up. What I do is I have these hangers from Amazon. Each one has 28 holes, but you can fit more than one scarf in each hole, so it holds a lot. I'll try to find that link on Amazon and put it down in my description. I've had these quite a while. Sometimes I can't find the links if I've had them a long time, but I'll give it a shot. All right, I thank you so much for watching.